Today, we will be giving you a first-person tour on the inside of an animal cell. Enjoy!
First up is the nucleus. The function of the nucleus is to control cell activity, and it also carries genes. The structure of the nucleus has an envelope. This envelope of the nucleus allows its substances to enter and exit. Next up is the ribosome. The function of the ribosome is to synthesize messenger RNA, which is also known as mRNA. The structure of the ribosome has these tiny little components. These components are made up of protein, which makes it easier to translate.
After ribosome, we go to vesicle. The vesicle structure is an enclosed liquid that is surrounded by a lipid bilayer. Its function is to transport and store materials within the cytoplasm. Its structure goes along with its function because it is made out of phospholipids, which allows it to fuse with other materials. Its connection to the other organelles is that they transport materials to the other organelles. For example, like proteins and oxygen. After showing the vesicle, we have the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Its structure are in the shape of flattened sacs that are extended across the cytoplasm, mainly in the form of sheets. Its function is to produce protein for the cell by synthesizing them. Its structure goes along with its function because on it are ribosomes, which aid in synthesizing the proteins. Its connections with the other organelles is that it creates proteins for the cell.
Next is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The function of this organelle is to synthesize lipids, steroids, and carbohydrates, etc. It is not involved in protein synthesis. The structure of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, they have little microtubes. These tubes found within this helps it hold the lipids and others for synthesizing. Now the Golgi apparatus. The function of this organelle is to process/package synthesized macromolecules for transportation. The structure of this organelle is there are tiny little sacs. These sacs are pouches for chemical reactions.
Up is cytoskeleton. Its structure is in the form of microtubules and filaments. Its function is to help the cells maintain their shape. It is also known as the organizer of the cell. Its structure and function goes along together because its filaments act like files by organizing and keeping everything intact. Its connection along with the other organelles is that it allows the others to do their job properly. One up next is the mitochondria. Its structure is made up of two membranes. Its function is to generate most of the cell's energy, which power the biochemical reactions. Its structure and function goes along together because the membrane allows the energy to come into the mitochondria, which helps gather all the energy that it needs. Its connections is that it regulates energy to the other organelles that are needed for their reactions.
Now the lysosomes. The function of these lysosomes is a furnace, destroying all foreign particles. The structure of a lysosome has a liquid bilayer. This liquid bilayer allows the foreign material liquid to stay enclosed. Now for peroxisomes. The function of this organelle is to oxidize certain molecules. These molecules are normally found in cells. The structure of this organelle is a single membrane that surrounds digestive enzymes. The enzymes help with the molecules and help the organelle do their job.
After that is the vacuole. Its structure is a thin membrane that is large and filled with liquid. Its function is to store the cell's solutions or materials. Its structure goes along with its function because its thin membrane allows it to stretch and fill up. Its connections with the other organelles is that it holds the cell's water/cell sap.
Now for the cell membrane. The function of the cell membrane is to act as protection for the cell. It also puts materials in and outside the cell. The structure of the cell membrane is a thin layer of phospholipids that form a tail. This layer allows the membrane trying to get into the cell.
This is just a disclaimer. We do not include the central vacuole, chloroplast, or cell wall, since those are not present inside the animal cell.
This is our project, and thank you for watching. Hope you had fun.